Hey fans, it's me Aaron for a comic show. I'm back. Another great week for Rebirth. And in the interim, we had Heroes Con. I went to Heroes Con. Cap and I moderated a few panels, the Deadpool panel, a horror panel, Avengers, X-Men. Cap did the LTBQ, the LGBTQ panel. And it was awesome. It was great. It was a full room, like standing room only, lots of great stuff discussed. It was awesome, and it was great to have people like me and Cap from Orlando there. But, and the shirts, look at these shirts. Heroes Con NC does not stand for North Carolina. You know what NC stands for? That's Bitch Planet. It stands for non-compliant, and what this is saying is Heroes Con was non-compliant with that weird bathroom policing rule. Like, just use the bathroom you want to use, and don't mess with nobody. I mean, this is what I've done my entire life. I mean, come on. Just use the bathroom, don't mess with anybody, leave. Wash your hands, hopefully. Let's have a law for washing your hands, even if you don't work there. But anyway, I was back in time for the nighttime We Love Orlando benefit event that went all day on Saturday here at the Geekies. We were still bringing money in. That day, we raised $5,000 for the victims of the Pulse shooting and their families. We raised $5,000. It was packed house in here. It was awesome. We raffled off artwork and all kinds of stuff. And we had these shirts. These shirts sold out so fast here. It's a Pulse, but it's pixelated, like nerdy, because we're nerds. And it says "Stay Strong Orlando." So I loved it. I love this shirt. It sold crazy, and we're printing more. We're printing more today, and it's on a website, Stay Strong Orlando. StayStrongOrlando.BigCartel.com, and you can go get one. Put in your size, put in your money, PayPal or credit card, and I'm telling you, 100% of that money is going to the Pulse Fund. Like 100%. I don't care. Like, I'm not messing around. So, and I love this shirt. It's a cool shirt, and this is something obviously close to my heart here in Orlando, with tons of gay friends, lots of gay employees, and it was something that truly touched us all, and something where we're united, and we're not going to be silenced. This is still a safe place. This is still a place where we don't even talk tolerance around here. We talk like we're better because of our diversity. We are better because they're here. I've learned so much about just my own biases and different things by having lifelong friends that are different than me, and everyone should do that, obviously. I mean, come on. And, I'm non-compliant. Use whatever bathroom you want. I don't give a fuck. Do it. I mean, sorry I said the F word. I try not to do that. But I did get really hostile when people want to play bathroom policing. It's weird. It's weird, man. Don't look at my penis. Not in the bathroom. I mean, come on. Seriously. If there's an empty stall, like urinal between you and me, go to the one beyond. Don't go to the one right next to me. Like, give me some space. Leave me alone. I'm in the bathroom. I don't want to be harassed. Anyway, moving on. DC Universe Rebirth Action Comics. I'm loving this. I've never been Dan Jurgens' biggest fan. I've read plenty of his stuff. I've read probably almost all of his stuff, and it's okay. But I was not like, oh, Dan Jurgens. When he took over the JLI, which was JLA then, when he took that over, and Guy Gardner had cowboy boots, and I know that wasn't his fault, but I liked it better with Giffen DeMatteis, and I like the Booster Gold better when Jeff Johns was writing it, but he's not bad. This, however, exceeded my expectations, far exceeded my expectations. It's awesome. The Action Comics, he's just throwing everything at the wall. It's Lex Luthor dressed up as Superman, saying he's Superman now that New 52 Superman's dead. You got the pre-New 52 Superman there, shaved his beard, looks like Superman, saying he's Superman. And then you have this Clark Kent there that isn't Superman, because they're at the same place, same time. Doesn't appear to have powers. Maybe he has powers. Maybe he's Martian Manhunter. I hope not, because that would be, the most obvious ploy. And, all these things are going on. And then there's Doomsday. Then Doomsday's just there, yelling and punching people. And it's crazy, and it's awesome, and I'm enjoying it. And that's what I want Superman to be. And to be painfully honest, I've always liked Lex Luthor better than Superman. I'm sorry. Lex Luthor is cool. Lex Luthor, I mean, I'm not saying like I'm rooting for Lex Luthor, but I find it more interesting in general. I don't hate on Superman. I like Superman as a foil with other characters. I like Superman on the Justice League. But this book sort of promises to be Lex Luthor's solo book. And Justice League number 52 Meet the New Man of Steel. This is Dan Jurgens. This is basically issue 0 to his action run, and this is how Lex Luthor got Superman's cape, why he chose to be Superman, and it's imperative reading for this. If you're reading his action comic Superman, you need to read this issue. Like, this could have been intermittent flashbacks in this run. It really could have been. Like, I could put it in like this, and you could just read up to here, and then read this, and then read here, and it would make sense. It'd be awesome. So do that. Detective Comics, really digging these characters together on a team, really digging that this is basically Batwoman's book, and Batwoman's running the show. I like Tim Drake sounding off, speaking his mind. I love Tim Drake that way. Spoilers, cool with Tim Drake. I've liked them together since way back. Orphan's fine. Clayface is interesting. And I'm digging that book. Tinian's doing a great job. Aquaman, this basically reimagined Aquaman as Martin Luther King. Now hear me out, hear me out. I know he's a white guy, and I know his arch enemy is a black guy, and I know that sounds kind of not Martin Luther King-y, but he has a dream. Literally, he says, I have a dream. Aquaman has a dream, and his dream is that Atlanteans and surface dwellers can walk hand in hand, their children can play together, that there'll be equality and understanding and friendship. That is Martin Luther King's dream between black people and white people, that their children can play at the park together and all that. Hopefully there's enough parking. But this is his dream, and he's being attacked for his dream, and there's an assassination attempt. I mean, that's in the solicits. But he has a dream, and that's his dream, and it makes sense. It makes sense that he's of two worlds, and he wants to unite those worlds. And I get that. And you can make fun of fish and talking to fish and smells like fish or whatever you have to make fun of, and you're just speciesist, because he wants the human race, land dweller and underwater Atlanteans, to be united in friendship. And if you don't want that, you're evil. You're evil. Make your jokes. Looking at you, Family Guy. All right. The Flash, Wally, other Wally, all the craziness. Flash knows about the stuff from Rebirth. Flash is the very most important book. If you read the Rebirth, you know that. Get this, it's fun. And there's a lightning strikes again, and it's giving other people powers, other people Flash powers. Why? What's going on? Don't know yet, but it's awesome. Moving on, Wonder Woman. This Wonder Woman, I realized with the Rebirth one-shot in this, it's kind of Preacher-like, where Preacher was a story about a dude going around looking for God to kick his ass, right? You know, he wanted to find God and kick his ass. And this is Wonder Woman. She's trying to find the truth about the gods, her place, what her history is. Is she really God of war? What's going on? So she's on a mission to find the gods and kick their asses. And I'm there. I'm sold. Awesome. So the art is beautiful, and the story is rucka, and I'm there. Like, they can, let's discover this together while there's ass kicking. And one of Wonder Woman's arch enemy, arguably her biggest arch enemy, is in this book, and I loved it. Moving on to Deadpool V Gambit. The V stands for verse. This book is the funniest Deadpool I've read in a long time. I'm loving, the Spider-Man Deadpool, but this was hilarious. Every page, every panel. The premise basically is they're both kind of do cons, do jobs for money, work with the mouth, and Gambit is a con artist thief, pretty much. So they work a grift and think each other double-crossed each other, and they fight. And they fight and fight and fight, and there's humor, and Spider-Man and Deadpool are in it. Spider-Man and Daredevil. So it's Spider-Man and Daredevil basically versus Gambit and Deadpool, and it's just a total hilarious brawl. The first issue was solid, and I love this alternate cover where Gambit has a long line for $25 a kiss, and poor Wade has no line for 25 cents a kiss. I mean, whatever. There's ruggedly handsome, and then there's just, you left the hot dog in the microwave too long. I mean, whatever. Choosing Sides, Civil War II delivers. It's 3 stories, 3 different characters or franchises, what side they're choosing, why. Nick Fury, Night Thrasher, Damage Control. It's cool to get more Damage Control. Night Thrasher was cool too. It was him and Captain Marvel. I dug it. Sam Wilson, Captain America number 10. This is Civil War tie-in. This is the eulogy for the guy that dies in issue 2. I guess I'm not going to spoil that yet, even though you should have read it. But it's that eulogy. It's touching. It's awesome. And Ultimates 8 is Civil War crossover. That's very important. It's like another take on what happened in issue 2 of the Death. It's like the camera is, instead of head on, maybe the camera's like this. So it's more information and more characters reacting to that death. And it was a great issue. And for Star Wars this week, it's only the Force Awakens adaptation. It's the adaptation. And as far as I could tell, I didn't read every word from it, but it seems like word for word, panel per scene in the movie adaptation. And it's Chuck Wendig adapting it, who did Star Wars Aftermath. So, I mean, it's solid. It's solid. If you want that, it's here. Bitch Planet, you see me wearing the Bitch Planet. I love this book. I learned so much from this book. And not just the story that, the story's great and I can think back and, ponder different things and whatnot, but it's all this back matter in here of just resources and articles, essays, books to read. I'm really enjoying it. There's very few things like it on the market, and this one had trans characters in it, and Kelly Sue actually got consultants to help with that, and I read that essay, and that was cool. Image She-Wolf #1 is out. The art is very unique, very indie, however you want to call it, and it's cool. Check it out. You might really like it. I mean, I think instantly like, oh, I will like this or I won't like this. But I enjoyed it. It was fun. Teenage girl becomes a werewolf, goes to school, crazy stuff happens. This book, Lucas Stand, it's by one of the creators of Sons of Anarchy. And basically, the statistics of the soldiers coming back from Iraq and Afghanistan have PTSD, and there's high numbers of suicide. And this deals with that issue head on. And the character goes through that situation and comes out on the other side with a new mission, hell of a new mission, and it was pretty awesome. So if that does anything for you, check that out. If you're a fan of Sons of Anarchy, check it out. And finally, also, boom, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers 4 is here. If you want it, come get it, because it's here, and people do want that, and they're here early in the morning Wednesday. Like, is it out yet? They're here on Tuesday. Like, can I get it yet? Can I get my Power Rangers? It's like, no, dude, no, Wednesday. So anyway, thanks everyone for coming out to the benefit. Thanks for helping us raise all this stuff. If you want to go to staystrongorlando.bigcartel.com and order yourself a shirt, that would be awesome. They're great shirts, and 100% of the money goes to the Pulse Funds for the victims. And yeah, man, thanks guys, bye-bye.